In solo leveling, after Mommy Cha received a call from Sung Rizzy Woo asking if she wanted to hang out, people couldn't believe their eyes, questioning if that was really Drippy Woo. As more people began to gather, they questioned who the girl next to him was and if she was his girlfriend, later then realizing that that was Cha Hai-in from the Hunters Guild. Drippy Woo then looked around seeing the crowd of people and said that he thought the place would be pretty empty considering there's a massive gate that's about to unalive them. Mommy Cha then asked Drippy Woo if he liked amusement parks, making him respond, saying not in particular, but he's always wanted to come here at least once. "But why with me?" she asked. Drippy Woo responded saying it was because she was his only friend. He then told her to remember what happened in front of the weird statue, making her blush extensively while remembering that she told the statue she was a friend who came to rescue him and then looked down in embarrassment, asking if he heard that. Drippy Woo responded saying he did, since he has better hearing than most. Mommy Cha went on to ask what was up with that strange dungeon, making Drippy Woo respond saying that he would tell her another time once he's done processing things, since even he is still confused on what's what at the moment. Mommy Cha then looked to the side saying she understood but asked if he didn't think this was attracting too much attention. Drippy Woo responded saying it was fine as long as they were blocked from their sight. Mommy Cha then smiled, thinking that it had been 2 years since she became a hunter, but she couldn't remember the last time she went out for fun, saying that her heart felt so light right now since being with him felt so different and that he had a special scent, which is kinda weird. Drippy Woo then pointed at a ride asking Mommy Cha if she wanted to ride it, which she agreed. He then pointed at another ride and she agreed again. He then pointed at the one next to it and she agreed yet again, saying it looked fun, making Drippy Woo ask if she wanted to ride all of them. She responded with a bright smile saying she wanted to ride every single one. Sung Drippy Woo smiled, thinking that he wasn't the only one who wanted to come here after all, and happily told her they would go on every ride. But as they nonchalantly rode a roller coaster, a drop tower, and even a haunted house, they didn't even feel an ounce of excitement, making Drippy Woo ask Mommy Cha if she wasn't having fun. She responded saying that she was having loads of fun while slurping a slurp juice, making Drippy Woo ask why she had been so quiet and didn't even scream once during the rides, and then realized that the rides must have felt slow for an S-rank hunter like her. Drippy Woo then asked her if the rides felt slower than she expected, which she agreed, making Drippy Woo stare at her with a rizful expression, and asked her if she wanted to ride something actually thrilling. Somewhere else at a beautiful sunset in the sky, something suddenly pierced the clouds at terrifying speeds, and as the dragon Kaisel flew towards the sunset, Drippy Woo asked Mommy Cha what she thought. She responded in complete awe, saying they were going pretty fast and they were really high up, and it was also beautiful. She asked him why did he go to an amusement park if he could always experience something like this. Drippy Woo responded saying that the gate his father went missing in spawned in that very park, so it was a place he's always wanted to visit. She responded thanking him and said she's been meaning to tell him that because of all the help she's received from him. Drippy Woo then said that there was still something else he wanted to show her, and with that the sunset sky turned to night. Sitting below the sea of stars, Mommy Cha was absolutely stunned by the view before her, and while looking at the Riz god next to her, she put her head on his shoulder. The next day, the day of the outbreak grows near, and at the Korean Hunter Association, a newly promoted B-rank hunter looking up at the sky questioned if that massive gate is really supposed to open in just a few days. And since he's a big boy B-rank hunter now, he couldn't be letting his guard down. But while walking by, someone accidentally bumped into him, making him turn his head around, angrily questioning who the hell was that, and that someone being none other than the Monarch of Fang and King of the Beasts, Rakan. Hunters nearby waiting for the gate outbreak questioned if a fight broke out between them, and thinking he was a hunter, they were shocked by his size, saying he would give the S-ranker Ma Dongwook a run for his money. Seeing the B-ranker shouting and telling the man to apologize for bumping into him, bystanders asked if he was out of his mind, saying he should be careful if he didn't want to go home in an ambulance. The B-ranker kept shouting, asking the man if he was going to keep standing there, saying that when you've done something wrong, you should apologize and ask for forgive. But before he could finish his sentence, the Monarch of Fangs went for a quick bite, chomping on the B-ranker's entire body right before the other hunter's eyes. Seeing what the beast had just done, The rest of the hunters started screaming, saying that he just ate someone, making Raken grin in excitement, suddenly releasing his immaculate aura, launching every single hunter off the ground, and as a hunter was devastatingly slammed against a building, a car followed, crushing him like a mosquito. With the dust settling, Raken shouted and told the lowly humans to listen up. Starting from now, he would be hunting them down, and he would be ripping apart their flimsy skin and flesh with his teeth and nails, introducing himself as the king of the beasts and monarch of fangs, telling them to try and stop him, if they dare. Somewhere else in the middle of a peaceful-looking forest, Mommy Cha can be seen taking a sip of some delicious-looking water by a creek. Then Drippy Woo came from behind, putting his jacket on and saying he knew of a hotel nearby that served an amazing breakfast, and asked if they should go there to wash up and have a meal. Mommy Cha responded, saying it sounded good, making Drippy Woo spawn Kaisel, which confused her, saying that she thought he said that the place was nearby. Drippy Woo responded, saying it would take about 5 minutes to get there if he were to run at full speed. This surprised Mommy Cha, making her question how many miles he could run in 5 minutes. Back in Seoul, Chairman Woo Jin-chul shouted, asking if there was really an intruder in front of the association building, and asked if there were any casualties. The association agent responded, saying they were unable to confirm the exact number at the moment. Wondering what to do in such a situation, the chairman went on to say that there should still be a few days before the dungeon break, and thought that dealing with the gate was already a headache, and asked where the hell this random beast came from. The chairman then stood up, thinking he might be able to handle the beast himself, and asked what the situation with Sung Drippy Woo was. The agent replied, saying they couldn't get a hold of him, and in that moment he suddenly received a report saying that a hunter had just stepped forward to face against the beast. The chairman, surprised, asked if it was Drippy Woo, but the agent responded saying it wasn't him, but he was told he was a world-class hunter who happened to be in the area. Standing before the immensely powerful being, Lennart Nierman, the strongest hunter of Germany, asked himself if he would be able to do this, questioning if this is where he would meet his end, thinking that maybe, just maybe, the reason he ended up staying in Korea was because he was destined to stop that beast with his own hands. But that is until someone told him to move, grabbing his head and shoving him to the side. Thomas Andre then told him that he was in his way. Meanwhile, eating some delicious breakfast, Sung Drippy Woo received an urgent call from Chairman Woo asking him why they couldn't get in touch with him before. He responded saying he was outside his phone's area of service until now, making the chairman shout at him quickly, telling him that there was a beast rampaging in the middle of Seoul. Drippy Woo responded saying that that couldn't be possible since there was still a few days before the dungeon outbreak. The chairman went on to say that it was true indeed, making Drippy Woo ask how many beasts there were, but the chairman responded that there was only one. This confused Drizzy Woo, since every hunter is supposed to be assembled in Seoul right now, and most of them are probably raring to stop the giant gates outbreak, yet they still couldn't stop a single magic beast that came out of nowhere. The chairman went on to say that it was definitely no ordinary beast, since it had wiped out an entire guild in the blink of an eye. He's also just received a report saying that Thomas Andre was facing off against it right now. This made Drippy Woo extra confused, since he had his shadow soldier's tail, Thomas Andre, and the other hunters, ordering them to immediately report if anything even slightly out of the ordinary happened, and questioned how they didn't say anything, even though the person they're supposed to protect got into a fight with a beast that single-handedly took out an entire guild. But then, weirdly enough, Drippy Woo sensed that the presence of the shadow soldiers in Seoul felt strangely weak, almost like something's interfering with their signal, and questioned what the hell was going on. Even the shadows he used as coordinates were gone. Drippy Woo then told Mommy Cha that there seemed to be a problem in Korea, making her ask if the dungeon break had occurred. Drippy Woo responded saying it was something else, finally realizing that a powerful enemy, a national-level hunter who just happened to run into it, and his interrupted signal could only mean one thing. He then quickly asked the chairman if the beast had a shadow, telling him that he needed to check whether or not it had one, because it could be a colossal beast, hidden with an invisible shadow.